We're here. We made it. That's not the right spot. There we go. I'm a little caught off guard. Part of me is definitely like, wow, wasn't I just here? This game kind of speed ramps like 300. We're doing fast, slow, fast, slow. Hello, guys. It's an interesting call to just spawn me in the middle of the fight. Yeah, okay, that's the temple itself. Get our asses out of here. We're just heading back? Yeah, we are. Back to Thorntail Hollow. None of you guys matter. Only progress. You could actually see where they all just turned around and went back to patrolling. Like, we lost them. Bye. Ow. I chose poorly in that moment. It's a bit of a slip. Bit of a slip, and yet I very well may die. No flame keys, why? Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I run up this? Okay, there we go. I was like, how do I get back, actually? If that path is blocked. Please don't have bad timing. Well, that worked out. Did not stop to wait. I don't love that particular passageway. It's obvious, like, it's one of the many kind of like long passageways that just kind of bridge the gap between different spots to make it so there's no loading times, because they seem to really fixate on that. But that one particularly is like, the gameplay is just the fact that the, oh, here comes the barrels. The gameplay is that those platforms retract sometimes. But it's not like usual platformers, usual moving platforms and platformers that just kind of like jiggle back and forth at a regular interval that is observable. And you're like, okay, every 3 seconds they retract, so I gotta wait, I just gotta make sure I'm between those moments. So normally you would just like wait a moment and then see them retract, then go immediately after that in most games. Oh god. Oh god! I got some mixed signals because the changing heights. That was a bad gut reaction. Whoopsie. Like normally it's like, okay, they go in and out every couple seconds, so you just wait for the in-between, then you just like hesitate for a moment and you time it right and you go. Those things retract like once every like 10 seconds, very briefly. It's an odd choice. Like these ones are jiggling back and forth constantly, which is more or less normal. Or they pause for a couple seconds. But those ones like pause for what feels like 10 seconds straight, to the point where I think the first few times I saw them, I just thought they don't move. I thought they were just platforms. So it's almost when you move them that infrequently, it almost turns into like a gotcha moment when they do move. You're like, oh fuck, they do that, and you just unexpectedly fall into lava because you're like, I didn't even know they could move. They took so long. Oh god, there's so many. It's the Langoliers. They're here to consume all that we hold dear in this world. Unfortunate time to get stuck in a cutscene. Standing by the poison. Alright, let's ruin some days. Nope, I thought you wanted to talk to me. I thought that might be how I do it. Got him. Oh, who else is in danger? There's one over here. I'm coming. But also a little worried about my magic bar getting really short. Right about now. Yeah, I got nice and close. Those were easy to aim. There's more? Oh. But wait, there's more. I need more magic, though. No! Didn't mean to do that. There's so many. You guys really need to learn some basic tactics for dealing with this kind of problem, because these guys have been here the whole time. There's just more now. The one up here, I guess? Or the one in the cave. Hooray up. That one seems fine. I got all those. Is it the one down here? It is.
Once again, you come to the aid of our tribe.
Yeah.
You are a true hero, Fox.
I am pretty great.
Look, fella, I'm not paid enough to keep getting you guys out of trouble.
But I've got this for you.
Who made or bound that bag?
Yeah, well, thanks.
Oh, what a joke. What a jokester. It's scare. Oh! Oh, it's a bigger bag. I was worried it was more scarabs. I'm like, oh cool, my reward is that stuff I can't carry. Hey, you got a big scarab bag you can fill with scarabs to be able to buy something shiny and golden from the store. Yep. They don't trust you to remember the item from that part of the store because you haven't been able to access that item. You haven't been able to buy anything for the store for so long. Scarabs just ceased mattering for me. Whoops. Everyone's immediately asleep. I guess the shock just overwhelmed them. And then they just... The moment the adrenaline fell out, they just passed right out. Poor little bastards. Let's play! While we were doing that, I noticed this thing over here, so let's take a look at that. Find. God damn it. Too many Pikachus. What am I supposed to do with all of these Pikachus? I guess she's fine. Oh wait, yeah. I was like, I got distracted. I forgot that the hole in the wall has been opened. It was just a way to open up the next story beat at one point. I think this is the direction I take to go to my money farming spot. Like, there's no story beat to do right now, right?
Slippy here.
Nope. That's what I thought. Don't love that happened, but okay. It's generally best to give me an upgraded currency thing sometime before the opportunity to actually use said upgraded currency bag to continue the story. Because right now, they literally just said, yo, Fox, go farm. This is the part of the story where you farm. And like in many cases when this kind of thing happens, it tends to be like, all right, time to test whether or not you have enough of this thing before you can continue. But you couldn't have. They restricted my access to scarabs. What is he doing? Oh, his tail. Oh, he's hitting him with his tail. It was his tail. Can I go there to get a bunch of money? Use guys' security protocols are trash. Wasn't there a bigger one? Not just ones? It was like 4 of them worth 1, 1, and 1, and 2, probably. Yeah, if you get like a rupee bag in Zelda, ideally you have like a dungeon or like a zone to play through a bit before it's time to spend more rupees than you've ever had before. Because, you know, they know that you couldn't have possibly had that many rupees before, so you had to like get more rupees. And so like having some gameplay to do in the meantime is usually the best way to approach that. But this game just has to stop in its tracks, which is kind of a bummer. Because they're like, hey, wow, Fox, you can finally carry more rupees. Anyway, the next story beat is you need to have more rupees than you've ever had before. Oh. Well, crap. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. Alright, well, so I did not know that was gonna happen. But I'm here to abuse my farming spot. Because I found one, thankfully. So let's go use this spot. Yeah, pretty consistently, even in like JRPGs and whatnot, when you get to the moment that's like, all right, time to test it, time to have a blockade. You can only get past this part if you have this much of the whatever. It's pretty consistently like a thing you could have been getting all along. So just saying, a little bit of a dick move to make it possible the exact moment that it's required. But it's fine. I know the ways. We're gonna have 200 goddamn scarabs because I found what I can only describe as like a playtester's developer cheat. Like, this doesn't feel legitimate at all. I don't think anything is renewable this way. Like when I stumbled here a little while, like near the beginning of the series, I'm like, there it is. A thing that just spews out 10 scarabs at a time. I think I knew about this before I even had the ability to carry 100. Let alone the 200 now. So at the time I could only carry like 10 scarabs or 30 scarabs or some shit. And I immediately had this thing that just fills that. I was like, what? Why is this in the game? It totally feels like a sneaky cheat that the developer would put in just to make testing their own stuff easier. It reminds me of like Mario Maker levels that have this big challenge, but then the developer doesn't want to like beat their own bullshit level. So they just put like a little thing in the corner that's like secret and invisible, and if you hit that, you can just beat the level for free. Which I think is part of why cheat codes like obviously there's like a cathartic obvious value to them for other reasons, but I often feel like console commands and cheat codes probably just existed just so the developer could have an easier time testing their game. I say developer, but I mean they're testers. Alright, well that's taken care of. 200 scarabs. I think I needed 130. But if I'm gonna go there, I figure I might as well just cap that shit out. Why not? It's just there all the time now, huh? These are weird, right? I feel like, man, I could be wrong about this, obviously, but I feel like the portal aspect of the game is one of the least explained parts. It's a mandatory part of getting access to the 4 flying islands, seemingly. but it's not at the location of the Force Point Temple. And it also isn't... it's a little tied to some members of, like, the race, I guess, that lives on said floating island, maybe? But you'd almost think that the Force Point Temple would be how you access the various locations, but it's kind of just like, I guess there's just 4 keepers, and wherever their portal is kept is where their portal is kept. But, like, aren't these pieces of land supposed to be on the ground? So I'm confused. I'm not sure what the story is. I think it might have been explained at some point. But like these temples, the temples are Force Point temples that hold everything together. There's 4 floating tower island things that aren't supposed to be floating. It's general scales that's tearing the world apart by fucking around with these stones that I'm returning to that one temple. And so like they had keepers, which their one job seems to be to make a portal that takes you to the flying island, where you then get the stone to take back down to the temple. So didn't General Scales just steal the 4 stones? Why are the 4 stones on the 4 floating islands and not like secured somewhere? They're not like guarded by him, or like he seemed to like make the 4 places fly away, then put the stones on those 4 spots, which itself is weird. And and like there's special keepers that create portals to those 4 locations. But we're Fox McCloud. We just have a ship, and our flying is dictated by how many of those glowy orbs I have there next to the croissants in the interface, the 33. That's what determines whether I can fly. I don't think I use the portals to get to the islands. So like, why are there keepers for a calamity that they presumably didn't anticipate happening, you would think? Why do I need a weird vortex in order to fly my R-Wing to a rock in space that's just there? Why does the vortex appear where it does? Because it doesn't have a... It's not like at the temple, which is the place that you think would be tied to the floating island, because since putting it in the temple stabilizes said floating island. And for that matter, there's like 4 separate Force Point temples that are elementally themed that I have to beat, right? They all teleport me to the same chamber though, where I put in the 4 stones. Couldn't I just do the same temple 4 times, since they all teleport me to the same spot where I can put the 4 stones? Why do I have to solve a new stone to place a new... Why do I have to solve a new temple to place a new stone if the previous temple would also take me to the same room? These are the questions we ask. And then, before we even try to answer any of these questions, we just go back to being the part where, like, Sergeant Pepper is like, Fox, fly through 3 gold rings to get to the next level. So, like, obviously none of this fucking matters. The answer is that this was never supposed to make sense that much.
This much.
Okay, I'll sell it to you.
Money doesn't matter, but I'm still not giving you mine. Ticka down. It looks like a golden apple. The SnowHorn artifact. The shopkeeper claims to have found it a while exploring SnowHorn wastes. Maybe someone there is missing it. Ticka down, ticka down, ticka down. Ticka down. The SnowHorn wastes is where we were before, right?
Happy here. I'll display the world map. Keep going.
I don't really remember where to go. So Ice Mountain and SnowHorn Wastes. I remember that one of them is accessed via the teleport dude, and that level is seemingly pointless to me. And then like one of them is the more significant level that takes place after the racing segment. But I don't remember which one is which, so I'm just gonna check. Does this guy take me to Ice... Is it called Ice Mountain or SnowHorn Wastes? Is which one? I think the Ice Mountain's the top one that's pointless. But I'll be careful. Krazoa Palace! Nope, I don't got purple eyes yet. Okay. And you're the egg lady. And this is just... It was a secret once upon a time. Now it is an egg. Okay. Oops. There's a ledge there. So then I believe... Here... Nope, that's a power. Yeah, it's over there. I believe that's SnowHorn Waste. Is that what the sign says too? Yep. Whoa, look how not stubby his arms are in this animation. I guess yeah. I guess he does climb ladders differently than he does rock walls. It's the rock walls where he has a unusual stature. Oh hey, it's this strange puzzle. Oh, right. Oh my god, Tricky, please. Look at this! Yes. So I think last time I did this, there was like a secret-y looking puzzle that I couldn't solve yet, so maybe I can do that now. Maybe I have whatever power I didn't have yet. I had the ability to shoot that fire, but I think there was something else that seemed inaccessible. I just asked him to come with me. He's like, I'm not doing it. Alright. I guess you can stay in the sewers. Not sure why this is the hill you're gonna die on, but you will die on it. So interesting call. Boyo. Colors. And it just kind of ends. Did I imagine there being more to this place? I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's it. You boost into the air and shoot that thing real quick, and then it's like, wow. This is where it's probably where a reward would go if there was more rewards, like bottles and heart pieces, but there kind of aren't. So they're like, well, we have two options. We have scarabs and we have energy regeneration. And in this case, they went with energy regeneration. Hey, this guy. Okay, well, it's been a while since we were last here. I think if I go upstairs, there's a bunch of people that have different problems I can solve now. This area was like full of people that had different problems. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Well, that sucks. Oh, okay. This is a bit of a complaining episode, but you can't blame me in this case. Like, look. It's the day-night cycle this game has for some reason. Which itself, as just a purely cosmetic thing, you're like, oh, that's kind of cute. It goes light, and then it goes dark. And it goes light, and then it goes dark. That's nice. But then you have everyone going to sleep. And in a state where you can't wake them up to talk to them. And it's like, but what if it's important? Please. Like, nope, they're asleep. Wait for daytime. Alright, where's the wait button? Oh, there isn't one. Oh.
Oh, what a sad day. My golden root has been stolen.
Ah. Didn't associate this before.
I don't believe it. This item was stolen from me many years ago. I believe it was around the same time that a strange floating dinosaur visited the wastes. In return, I will give you the chance to prove yourself.
Whoa!
The call of the SnowHorn will begin your challenge.
The call of the SnowHorn will begin your challenge. Floating dinosaur? Like a pterodactyl or something else? What could it mean? Ah! Ah! Huh, it just doesn't work when it doesn't feel like it. Alright. What's over here? Ba-boom! There we go. I'm not sure what the challenge is for the SnowHorns. I imagine because this was blocked off that it's not related and it's a secret to explore. But I could not be wrong. It might just immediately tell me to come back here, but officially this time in like a second. We'll find out. I don't really want to fight these guys anymore. There's too many of them. Is there something to do here? Ow! How did that light? Look how tall that torch. How did it? What? Why am I so flammable? Oh my god! Star Fox takes being on fire, or sorry, Fox McCloud takes being on fire very well. He seems to be incredibly like greasy or something and just instantly ignites across his entire body. But then he seems to have the wherewithal of somebody that's covered in like flame gel or whatever they use for like the flame stunts, where their entire body ignites, but they're like actually protected, or at least for a while. Because boy is he like unfazed. Only the most minor damage is inflicted. I don't necessarily see any other secrets. Maybe this is the direction that you have to go for the challenge. Maybe that door will open. Dum-de-dum. Got a few different horns now, don't I? Where do I go? I guess to there. Ah, fuck. No. Why would the camera be facing away from the direction I'm going in? That blows. Oh my god, this sucks so much. What a bummer. The camera was facing away from my destination, so I just immediately jumped off a cliff. Wait, was that the whole challenge? What the fuck? Oh, did I pre-solve the challenge by going in ahead of time? And they let me do that? Okay. I'm starting to think this game's a little unfinished. What the hell? You can just, like, pre-solve the entire challenge. So is this down here, past the note point of return? Yep, there it is. Okay, how is that gonna take me that long? Okay. I guess it's a memory test, because it is like a samey looking snow area, so they're checking whether you remember how to navigate this area from earlier. But I did have to walk this path to get here today. Huh. Interestingly, there was like two, it's a bit much to call them puzzles, but There was 2 puzzle mechanics before the first, at the second checkpoint. But then none since then? Interesting. Oh, we're still doing this. Okay. Wait, actually, where is that? I could be in some trouble now. Oh no. Where was that? Oh, it's up there. Okay. Ah. Now this strange secret from earlier that seemed to not do anything suddenly makes more sense. You're like, oh, it's part of this weird challenge. That's where there was a weird tree that fell over all of a sudden, because you was required to learn that a minute ago to get past that other thing. But I already knew. Okay, I was right about that door opening. I was right about that much. Ow. Stop. This is my shield dance. I cannot be harmed during my shield. Oh, this is trippy, actually. My whole camera's spinning with it. With the platform. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. You get a little bit of a glimpse at Rare's approach to these kind of situations. They're very minigame hungry. It's like their go-to reflexive reaction to any kind of downtime or situation. They're like, ah, shit, well, we want them to go to this place next. Access the next portal. What should we do there? I don't know, just put another minigame in there? And like they're like rabid about it. Like the last area, like the water temple had like that weird sliding block puzzle that you fired shots at. And like we had the episode of defending that nest. So you get to this area and they're like, and this is the same area where we had to do the weird like push the tumbleweeds with your feet. It's like both their advantage and disadvantage that these puzzle mechanics tend to never come up again. There's not much of it's definitely a bit of like a stream of consciousness, just like, oh god, what happens next? Just go with it, just react and hope you're right feeling, because you don't know what's going to come next. And a lot of the mechanics, the upside is like this constant novelty because new things keep happening. The downside is there's no like mechanical consistency because new things keep happening instead of a building internal logic. So it's like, okay, we're doing a race now on foot where you go to random places and blow a horn. Good luck.
Thank you, Fox, and good luck on your quest.
And now you're racing people in a downhill, like, what's happening? It's a lot. It's interesting. Now play cup game. Now play a cutscene where you do the Tony Hawk grinding balancing mechanic while General Scales attacks you, but you can't look at it because even though it's one of the most involved cutscenes maybe in the game, you can't look at it because you're trying to do the balancing act. There is shockingly little repeating themselves. Remember that one time there was a spinning turret in the air that I thought was a power-up, but then it shot me with fire, and I had to figure out how to solve the puzzle around that? I think that also never came up again. It's kind of fascinating, honestly.